Hi Libra, I'm here to do your weekly check-in, okay? I already pulled your cards. It's kind of incredible. I'm trying to save on some time for you guys, but still get enough in because it's such a heavy week, and all of these have been heavy for the past 3 weeks, I'd say. And especially this week as well, okay? Because there are a lot of towers expected, and on your reading I pulled 4 towers. And some of them may be old towers, so I'm going to kind of go over them. I kind of did an area spread for you guys on home and family, as well as work, as well as love, okay? And it's like there's something here where you're on the precipice of greatness, okay? I pulled some Lenormands as well as some oracles. I'll go over them as I go along. I pulled a Celtic cross for you. Your first card out on the Celtic cross was the Tower. On the Tower, I got the Eight of Pentacles and the Tower, so I don't pull past the Tower. So the Tower has something to do with work. I feel that it does. And I'm going to kind of go over the rest of this and then go back to it. What's really amazing is you have something amazing going on. First of all, you have an Empress and Emperor dynamic going on here, as well as some old and new love, or some big internal spiritual changes of some sort or another that kind of rock your world in one way or another, dependent, you know, on what you do with it, okay? What I see here and what I thought, okay, I got the snake, I got the stars, and then I got the rats. They're the mice, but they look like freaking Nordic rats on the Lenormand. Kind of strange because the Kundalini can be sometimes negative. You know, I said Kundalini because that's what it turned out to be. But the snake can be transformative, Kundalini energy, kind of a big transformation or awakening sort of thing. Or it can be negative, like there's a snake in the grass kind of thing that you need to watch out for. And when I had the mice, I was kind of concerned that it was, because the stars is so auspicious. You know, it can really be linked to tapping in and all this other stuff. I pulled some other oracles here, and you got the thread, the shaman, and the box. Okay, and like, you know, and those were under those particular cards. So, and I do have that a wish will be granted in a period of prosperity and abundance on the snake. So that was already looking really good. But like insofar as these oracles, it's like the thread to the shaman, and the shaman is typically associated with a masculine energy, to the box was strange to me, because the box is like the way that we box ourselves in, our traditional thoughts about life, our traditional this, our traditional wants, our traditional this, that, the other thing. And it's like kind of sometimes you're pushed to get outside the box, and this was falling underneath the mice as well. So there are themes here of some sort of, for some of you, maybe a divorce or an ex, or like multiple blended marriages going on here. All right, with this Tower, I have an Emperor crossing the Tower, okay? Your 7/7 sign linked to Aries or Mars, okay? On that, you got a 10 of Swords, a 3 of Swords, and a 9 of Pentacles. So I do feel like there's an ending with some sort of boss figure or counterpart of some sort or another that's on the horizon, in one way or another, that you're making slow, methodical steps. Either in the past you did towards, you know, but it wound up in heartbreak and an ending, or you need to wrap up an ending here in one way or another. But on the, I was a little bit weirded out by this thing with work, because your aisle for work looks amazing, by the way. It's like work is beautiful because you've got like a house of flowers here. You have doubt and like failure in the reverse. You have another Tower here, but it's on the T card. And I didn't even count this Tower in your other towers, but this Tower is actually a good Tower. It's like sound, new structures and success without effort. And I feel like you are in prime time at work right now. Like you're cooking and shaking. You're the badass at work. It's just what I'm getting. You're the badass at work. You know, and there's something rebellious about you, but there may also be something rebellious about somebody at work. Okay, that may be kind of offbeat and different, but very punky and cool. in this creative, stellar kind of way, or you're just booking it through and like taking no shit and taking names, taking no shit and bulldozing your way through work and kind of reinventing the wheel, which an Aries is known to do more than a Libra sometimes, but you are a cardinal sign, but an Aries can be known to reinvent the wheel. You know, even though sometimes that wheel needs to be reinvented, but I'm kind of getting this reinvent the wheel and bust on through vibes at work, but there are also some strange love vibes at work, which we'll get into in a minute. On home and family, there are two things that I pulled, which makes me think, and this could be in your extended family, it doesn't have to be with your home or family, but there's some sort of secret dynamic going on here. I'm not sure if it's emanating from you or from your partner, but, you know, and it could be if you work in a field related to issues where you would work within people's homes, it could be also related to that. Like if you were a therapist or an attorney or some sort of counselor of some sort where you would be hearing a lot of secrets, it could relate back to that. But anyway, it kind of, this is your reading, all right? And this is on your home and family aisle. So not on your career and work aisle. I have secrets and honesty that popped up together, and then compliments from an admirer. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, Libra. But what I also see coming in is there's this on this snake, which is like with this prosperity and all of these things. And like I told you, the box is typically like things that I do see some argumentation on a home front here, because on the top of your Celtic cross, you got a 10 of Wands, okay? And this particular 10 of Wands shows a couple fighting. 10 of Wands does not always mean that. It's just a heavy burden to carry, whatever it is, whether you're trying to complete a task that's been a really long and arduous task, whether you're carrying too many things, burdens by yourself on the task. It can mean a great number of things, but this particular depiction has a man and a woman fighting. And it can deal with any heavy burden, inclusive of fighting at home. But what's crossing you is an Emperor here, and on this 10 of Wands, I got the Empress, which is tied to you. Okay, or Venus, heavy Venus placements of feminine energy. All right, with a 7 of Wands, a Knight of Cups, and a 7 of Cups. So I feel like there are some arguments in the home. I'm not saying they have to do with cheating. They could have to do with an ex. They could have to do with weighing up your options. But there's some sort of blockade here on a love or a creative offer that you're working on, and weighing up your options with it, and battles in between the home and going on here, or with a boss figure. An Empress can be a boss figure, so can an Emperor. So this could be all work related. Take it as it resonates. However, in the recent past, you have strength, all right? And strength can have to do with taming the inner beast within on anything, restraining yourself, you know, in any way that you need to, whether that's, you know, conquering a habit or conquering a part of yourself you want to change. It can have a lot of amazing meanings. It's a major arcana, also tied to Leo, and you pulled a lot of Leo cards. I'll tell you, the other thing you also pulled is a shit ton of Scorpio cards. So if you're by the cusp, make sure you check your placements in both. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node. All right, but especially at this time, you know, everybody should be checking all their major placements because it is so heavy. On this strength, I have a Knight of Pentacles, a 5 of Wands, and a 7 of Cups. So I feel like there was some exploration here into some options, and they could have had to do with a lot of different things here. But, you know, it took a lot of strength, and there was some outward competition about the options, you know, and it could be related to a contract or something. But when you get to Cups, it's like something emotional. So even if it was with a contract, it has ties back to something emotional here, not just money. And there was a lot of maybe cattiness or other external competitions in regards to taking steps towards making decisions about options in one way or another here. Strength can also speak to lust. Does not always, but it can. Especially, you know, when you're greatly attracted to somebody, but you feel like you need to hold back from them for one reason or another. It can come up in these scenarios, okay? Or you know, can also come up with like a true player that is trying to not be a player or really, you know, decide why do I do that type thing. Same thing with any other habit, okay? Could be sugar, could be cake, could be anything. Taming the beast, within and without, all right? Becoming one with the lion, all right? Sometimes it has to do with other people, but here in this scenario, I see it specifically tied to competition about emotional fulfillment and options in regards to those, okay? You know, here there is a blasted tower and then a blasted tower, and it looks like something related to something you've worked or invested quite a lot of time in and maybe are a master at. So that's why I believe it may have something to do with work, okay? Because it's here with the Eight of Pentacles and then another tower, so I don't pull another card. But with the Emperor crossing you, I feel like you either have challenges from other people at work or some other scenario with a divine counterpart here that may be ending, or fights with an old ex, something of this regard. And down here in the what you're exuding off in your environment, I love this. This is King of Air. This is you, okay? Big boss, you know, King and Queen, top court cards. If you pop there with your material placement, whether it's air, water, you know, fire or earth, I'm very, very happy. That's an excellent position to be in. On this, I see the Princess of Pentacles, the Six of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles. So I do feel like there is something here going on with finances as well, and what you're going to invest to, and moving towards calmer, more stable waters, and the need to bring forth an offer, okay? And I do feel like there is some devil-like behavior and materialism that you're either battling with yourself or battling in with somebody else here. That's of significance in one way or another. Additionally, there's somebody new that either you meet or somebody you have an old soul tie with, regardless of whether you're lovers with them, although you may be, that is very significant here. Because I have the thread to the shaman to the box. And the box is like where we won't break out, okay, of our old boxed in thinking. And I thought that this might be Kundalini energy with the snake here. And then when I asked on the snake, I got the Lovers, the Star, and the Ten of Cups. So, and then I saw this thread, and this thread is almost like, when I pulled on the thread, I got the Nine of Wands, the Son of Wands, and the Son of Swords. So that's something you want to take swift action towards a victory, to spearhead a new project, to communicate, to learn, to a whole bunch. It's like two major action cards in the fastest knights in the deck. So this is something you very much want to go after, and the depiction on it almost looks like, I mean, it looks like somebody like pushing like a needle or a stick through dark matter in the universe. So I feel like whatever this is, and I do feel like it may be related to another person, even if you're not sexually involved in that person, but something that's like really enlightening that you want to go after, that like makes you feel as if you can, you know, jump through another barrier or something of internal soul growth or excitement or something of this sort. All right, and then with the shaman, all right, and flip them, swap them as need fit, okay, but there's definitely, on the shaman with the stars, it's like I got a Seven of Wands, an Ace of Cups, and a Three of Hearts. So, and there's something here with being blocked in one way or another, or something getting blocked, all right? One of these goes with this, because I got two towers on this, because when I had pulled and asked, yeah, Ace of Cups, Three of Hearts, which Three of Swords, and the Tower. And then when I had asked, it's like I got another tower, you know, and on this I have Death, the Three of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles here. So I feel like there's some sort of transformation and waiting, and if you are experiencing a decision, something's going through transformation here, all right? Oh, and yeah, there's that lust card again, all right? There is strength again. It was the Seven of Wands, the Tower, and the Strength. So I was like, and on the Seven of Wands, it was the Ace of Cups, the Three of Hearts, and the Tower. Something here mind-blowing, may have to do with another person that rocks your world, literally rocks your world in one way or another. But if you want this person, you may have to wait. take it as it resonates. You may not be able to get at this person right now for one reason or another. So, but there's like a lot of promise there. A lot of promise. A lot of passion and a lot of promise. On this box, okay, so leading from the thread to the shaman to the box. What's in the box? Because the box is what restricts you from what? The thread and the shaman. What's in the box? What's in your box? Plenty of material things. Good news, which I feel like this is the good news that like makes you question your box. Don't ask me why. Plenty of material things, position of authority, strong emotion, passion, love, or hate. So there may be like something here where you either love somebody or hate somebody, or there's somebody here that you have like vacillating feelings towards. But there's something about this box and the mice, because the mice can deal with chitter chatter and gossip, but more often than not, it has to do with things, you know, the way you chip at your own cupboards, or somebody in your family does, or the way that other people chip into your cupboards, okay? And then, so I also get this feeling that there's a discernment between who's actually chipping in your cupboard and where you're actually supposed to take responsibility versus not, okay? Because in the box is like lots of material things. So you may be placing material things in one manner or another over things that you also have a responsibility to take care of, or something of this sort. And like, you want to free yourself from that box. Okay? And from that dichotomy, because there's some sort of dichotomy here that's up for getting challenged, okay? What I also see here on this, I'm going to pull a couple more clarifiers when you're on here with me. On this love aisle down here, we have unsettled times, need to plan ahead, and freedom. I possess the power and free will to create my own happiness. So I do feel like there is some unhappiness here in a current love relationship for those of you that are in one that you're looking to transform. This could be the way you want to transform it. You could be in a divorce, or you could be bickering about something rather large. Idealistically based or something, or realizing that there are idealistically based lacks of emotional or spiritual fulfillment regarding something here, okay? In regards to this, I feel like somebody maybe, something going on here at work, if you like help somebody or something like this is fine. But we have the sun here with this, I told you, very rebellious figure that's like hot punk rock, different badass kind of vibe, okay? And on this sun, I get the Seven of Swords, the Three of Swords, and the Two of Cups. All right, some of those came out in reverse, all right? And then I have like a Queen of Cups, a Six of Cups, and a Five of Pentacles. But this is the Five of Pentacles where like somebody's comforting somebody else, which is why I believe if some of you work in a field where you hear other people's secrets for one reason or another, that this may be reflective of somebody you meet at work. Because then on this Two of Cups, it's like Page of Pentacles, Page of Rods, and the Ten of Pentacles. So you may be comforting somebody or helping somebody, or something's illuminated to you regarding this person, or something they've been through, or something of this sort. Okay? For others of you, this may be a temptation at work, or some sort of shitty, shoddy deal at work. And it may not even be related to you. It may be something that somebody did to somebody else. Okay? That you're like, wow, this shit sucks. Something of this sort. What I have up here is, you know, because I did pull some astrology cards, is squares and quincunx and injuncts popped up, okay, which is like all over the place. I did Love and War of the Gods, which is a special series on this transit. It's one of the biggest transits of the year, and it lasts. Its effects started at the full moon in Capricorn. The reasons behind its effects started long before then. But it will like create towers and a whole bunch of change that kind of either touch your life or the lives of somebody close to you. So check out that for like a more detailed thing, because I want to be faster with you guys today on this check-in. But on these square quincunx, like I see that there's an ending here of some sort, and you may be helping with this ending, or you may be a part of it. But I've got the Ten of Swords, the Moon, the Six of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords, okay? That's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Could be you, could be somebody else in your vicinity that also has those. When I see it with the Six of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords, that can also be an attorney. It can also be anybody of authority, police, things of, you know, in this regards, people that work in the justice system in one way or another. Can also be. I got the Devil and I got the Ace of Cups. And on this, it's like on this, it was on this Devil that I got this, yeah, because on the Ten of Swords, that's like an ending. I didn't pull on that. On this Devil, I got the Queen of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, and the Moon. So there may be some secrets here about, I don't know. There's secrets. I mean, there's definitely secrets, okay? They could be also revolving a Capricorn, all right? Or just like some devilish like behavior about money and manipulation when it comes to money, all right? And some of it may be secretive. But I feel like, and this may be part of you that you're trying to battle, okay? That's coming up right now that you need to take care of to be able to thread the needle through to your, because there's like something getting cut off between your ability to tap in here spiritually, which you can feel and you want very much, because there's an Ace of Cups and Towers here attached to it, and like you're waiting on it, but you feel unattached to it, and something here about you breaking free. On this Ace of Cups, I have the Fool, the Empress, and the King of Cups. So again, I feel like something here is pretty groundbreaking that goes on this week. And it may be just in your own mind. It may be like an internal change of one sort or another, where you realize something about yourself. Okay? That's rather, or, you know, but for some of you, that realization comes from somebody else that you interact with, okay, or exposed to, or something like that, regardless of whether you have a sexual relationship with them, although you may want one. Okay, and then, but you can't have one right now. That's what these cards say, okay? Anyway, here, work is just like, again, beautiful, but you did pull with this House of Flowers here. So again, I feel like, I don't know, something very fertile and romantic here is like on this House of Flowers, or you're just popping up all roses at work, like you can do no wrong. Could also be. You have no more doubts, everything's dreamy. It's like, oh, if ever anybody was like to sit down and have a beer with you and ask you how life's going, when you get to the topic of work, you're like, oh, it's great. I did this, I did that, you know, blah, 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 blah. No problems there. It's like, next topic, you know, except for some fun topic, and except for possibly this person here. Okay. Here on this love aisle, again, I do have like that you're showing off with like, there is a need for freedom here in regards to a couple choices you want to make and some unsettled times. Some of you may be going through divorce. Some of you may not. Some of you may just be battling with your significant other or battling with an ex here. But I see a lot of change on offer here, okay? In regards to, you know, I see like that there's a possibility of somebody wanting to reconcile, regardless, or some sort of celebration in the future, regardless of whether that's sexually or in some other manner. It's here. It's showing up in the environment, Three of Cups, whether you're aware of it or not, okay? And on that, I get the Seven of Swords, the Star, and the Fool. Okay, so I do feel like if there was prior lying, cheating, stealing, deception issues, whether on your part or the part of somebody else, there's somebody out there that really wants to heal those, okay? And take a, you know, and heal those, okay? For others of you, there may be some lying, cheating, stealing, deception issues, specifically if they relate to child support regarding children here that you're trying to heal or need to heal to take the next step forward, okay? Here in the heart of your read, you have the Ace of Cups, which again tells me that you really want to tap into this Ace of Cups. It's like you feel like you're in paradise when you tap into this Ace of Cups, okay? But I have here that like you're kind of tied off from it right now, or you're just thinking about it here with this Hanged Woman, the Two of Pentacles, and the Eight of Swords. It shows me that you feel restricted off from it, okay? This could be a self-imposed prison, or this could be a prison due to other restrictions, yours or somebody else's, okay? Tying you away from this Ace of Cups, Okay, but you're thinking about it, but there's decisions, but you feel like you can't really fully tap in. And that might be your own spiritual, emotional fulfillment. I see you on the precipice of greatness with that. You might also be exposed to somebody else who's well respected in that regard, or does that, or seeking advice from somebody like that right now. Okay, because I do have like almost, there's a masculine and feminine energy up here, or like, you know, of some sort here. That seems pretty freaking awesome. Here, in your hopes and your fears, you have a Two of Pentacles. So there's something, and this is interesting because you have this Two of Pentacles on this Ace of Cups tied to this Hangman. So it's like, but this Two of Pentacles making these decisions is also in your hopes and fears. Okay, and or juggling. But I see a lot of mourning here. I have this Five of Cups, the Three of Wands, and the Emperor. Okay, so again, if you are showing up as an Empress here, which you typically do, regardless of your male or female, some of you may be mourning, waiting on somebody else here, okay, or tapping into your divine gifts as a parent and or boss figure or something of this sort here was very disappointing. There's mourning around it, okay, pain, okay, but you know, and it's like you're waiting something here, you know, that requires your decisions here. But in the likely outcome, we had a Three of Pentacles, which is excellent. And there's that Three of Cups on that Three of Pentacles, okay? And this literally could be about celebrations in the future, collaborations, friendships, contracts, okay, that bring about reconciliation. Contracts of many kinds after what looks like a pretty hairy system here, all right? But there are some truths delivered, and those, you know, they're here in the sun. So they're either illuminating insofar as third parties, or like this Ace of Swords is wielded to create the changes that you need to get to this spot, which looks very, very beautiful. I also see a marriage here. Where did I pull that King of Swords? Yeah, here on this Shaman, we got the Hangman, which is interesting because that's what hanging in your heart, keeping you from the Eight of Cups, which is also is giving me this vibe that it also has to do with just, I'm not saying it doesn't have to, when anytime I like get Kundalini energy, yes, it has to do with sexually healing energy or something of that vibe as well. But this is also just, I don't know, just kind of higher order, higher consciousness stuff. Hangman, Father of Swords in the world, okay? So I do feel like you're going to tap in to a new phase of consciousness here, and you want to. Although you feel a little bit tied off from it right now. And I think it's because you see that it's there, but you can't quite tap in yet. But you do see it as a possible future. And it's like mind freaking blowing, tower blowing, really exciting. Inwardly and outwardly. Okay. Here on this, you did pull this thing with, I feel like maybe some of your past relationships haven't gone well. And that there's been communication blocks around prior relationships here, okay, or foundations, okay? And that there hasn't been like, I'm seeing like blockades on movement and or transformation here with a significant foundation, all right, regarding the Two of Cups and Ten of Pentacles here with the Eight of Wands in reverse, okay? So it's like there's a block between communication with Queen of Cups, Four of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. That's pretty damn good. Okay, but there's like no movement or a block on communication. Then there's a Two of Cups and a Ten of Pentacles. That's ultimate family legacy, security in the home, you know, the dogs, the kids, the boats, whatever the hell it is for you. Okay, but there's something here about the way you think here that's like abusive towards yourself or something in one way or another. Like you can't have it all. Like I either get the material or I get the happy home, or I get the this and I don't have the that, or something like this, that you're battling within yourself right now, okay? I also see on this 12th house that you are battling that, and I do see another counterpart here. And so one of you, you know, you may be married to a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius as well, Sun, Moon, or Rising, all right? Because I see a lot of introspection here and a major commitment, Hierophant, all right? and a potential love offer if you're not with this person, okay? Son of Cups, all right? But you're like really thinking about it. If you're not with this person, you're thinking about it, you know? Maybe thinking about it because you're like, holy shit, this can really be a big deal. So I got to take my time, or I got to wait, or I got to think about this, or it's so exciting, I got to wait. Or you're already with this person, something like this. But there's some sort of illumination that crosses the barriers of these things, okay, in one way or another. And so what I did show here was some immature energy, this arguing, and then it's like here in the future, in the near future, I show 4 of Wands. So some of you, if you have been married before, you may get married again, all right, because on this 4 of Wands, I get the King of Cups, the King of Swords, the 7 of Wands, the 8 of Cups, the Moon, the Ace of Cups, all right? And it's like, hold on a second. And then on this Ace of Cups, I get the Sun, the 4 of Wands, and the 7 of Pentacles. So there's that Ace of Cups that you want down here that you didn't feel like you can tap into. You will be able to tap into it here in the future. Okay, this is only a possible future if nothing else changes in these cards, all right? But what I do show here is like, you know, take it as it resonates, but there, you know, there is another significant love relationship here in the future with a significant foundation, okay? All right, that you are very protective over, okay? Here in one way or another, all right? And hold on, it's like there's some protection in here from like past emotional pain or something of one sense and another. That's very, very intuitively guided. Okay? Looks gorgeous. Okay. Anyway, that's your check-in, Libra. All right? Definitely tap into that. Be careful if you are engaged in any extracurricular affairs, because there's so many towers here. You know, however, you know, I think the best thing to do with those is to use them as a gauge as to whether you're really happy in your relationship if you're experiencing those. Okay, and whether it can be fixed or not. All right, and that's it. It looks like a gorgeous reading, okay? There's a lot of beautiful emotional growth here on offer if you tap in and break open that box to tap that and that. Then it'll be gorgeous. Well, you know how it goes, Libra. I'll see you later. Don't forget to check Scorpio and your other cusps, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus.